It makes me quite cranky when I see a woman who clearly needs some help and people are just standing back watching her with their arms crossed with a bit of a smirk on their face, just seeing if she can do it herself. That's not cool in my book. Go and help her. Hey adventurer, I'm Bridget Hallam from Throw Your Leg Over, and today we are talking about when you drop your bike, or as I like to call it, when your bike decides to have a little lie down. And by the end of this episode, you'll know what to do when your bike has a little lie down as well. The reason I wanted to talk about this was because I believe this is one of our biggest anxieties when we're starting to ride and starting to have adventures. And I want to reassure you that we all do it, or rather, all our bikes do it. It happens to everyone. So it will happen to you, and it is very normal. And usually it happens when we're at a standstill or going very slowly, like we might be in our driveway, for example. Of course, it often happens in front of other riders. But it's normal. It happens to everyone. I've done it. Alan's done it with me sitting on the back. I remember, oh gosh, this must have been when we first started riding because I still was wearing my hiking boots. I had some leather hiking boots, which are really quite sturdy. They were very protective for a non-motorbike boot, but they had laces. And not only that, at the top of the laces, they had hooks for the laces, which was all fine until we'd rocked up to a campground. I think it might have been in Crow's Nest in Queensland. We pulled up just outside the reception area and I was about to get off, swung my leg over, but one of the hooks of my boot got hooked on a thread on the little bag that was behind me, and my foot was stuck. I couldn't unhook it. And so, of course, over we went. And of course, there were people watching us. And, it was a little bit embarrassing, but we weren't hurt. We just had a bit of a laugh and went, oh my God, of course it happens in front of everyone. We were on grass, so it was all good. We didn't get injured. It was fine. But, that's what happens. When you're new, though, to riding, especially if you're riding solo and you're the one dropping your bike, it can be a little bit of an emotional experience. When I first got Blaze, my bike that I have now, he was bigger than my first little bike, he was heavier than my first little bike, and his turning circle was wider than my first little bike. And I was practicing some slow riding with him, and the first U-turn I tried to do on this exercise, of course I dropped him. The clutch lever broke, the end of it snapped off. I cried. I was so disappointed. There were people everywhere all around looking at me. So if this has happened to you and you've ever felt really embarrassed, I totally get it. But what I've come to learn is, of course, that we all do it. And sometimes other people are watching, but when it happens and there are other people watching, particularly if there are men watching, the thing we need to do is focus. What's the first thing I need to do? I need to check if I've hurt myself. Next thing I need to do is check, do I need to move to a safer spot? If I'm on the road, if I'm on the street, maybe I've come down my driveway and I've dropped it on my street, for example. Do I need to move? Do I need to move my bike? Do I need help picking it up? Is there anyone around that can help me? Alan's usually with me, so I can ask him for help. But if he wasn't, is there anyone else around that I can ask for help? Or can I pick it up myself? And by focusing on these things, what that does is it pushes the other things that are not so important into the background. And what I mean by other things that are not so important, I mean anyone who's standing around and watching and not helping you. With Blaze, the first time I dropped him and broke the end off the clutch lever, of course I then had to buy a new clutch lever. Alan thankfully put it on for me, but I got a bit worried about dropping him again and scratching his paintwork, because I'm pretty sure that would not be as cheap as buying a new clutch lever. So there's gear that you can get for your bike to help protect it. For the clutch lever, you can buy hand guards so that when you drop your bike, they take the impact of the fall and not the clutch lever. They're reasonably easy to install, they're lightweight, they're a good thing to have. The other thing that you might consider is crash bars. I definitely wanted to get crash bars for Blaze before I dropped him again, because I knew it would happen at some point or another. And so I got some crash bars for him. Now, crash bars are really sturdy metal that basically fits around the front of your bike, around your fairing, so that when you drop your bike or there's an incident of some sort, the crash bars will take the brunt of the impact, if not all of the impact, and it will protect your paintwork, your fairing. They do add a bit of weight to your bike though, so consider that if you're thinking about crash bars. For protecting yourself, which I probably should have mentioned before protecting your bike, but you know, we all know our bike's more important. For protecting yourself, of course, always wear protective gear is my suggestion. I believe in ATGAT, all the gear, all the time. Even if it's just a quick ride down the road, I will wear all my protective gear as if I'm going on a longer ride. Another thing is to kind of learn to let the bike go, let it fall. If it's too heavy for you, just let it fall instead of trying to save it, because there's always the possibility that your leg might get pinned under the bike. So if you can just have in your mind, if it's falling, just step back, let it go. Just let it fall. It's easier to fix a bit of paintwork than to fix a broken leg. And I think for me, definitely mentally, it's easier for me to do this because I know now that Blaze has got the crash bars and I've got the hand guards on there as well. So mentally, it's easier for me to just let him go because I know that that protective kit is already on him and he'll be okay. I don't have to worry. And there will come a moment when you realize that dropping your bike is no big deal. It's really not. It happens to all of us. The main thing is that you're okay. The second main thing is that your bike is okay. And if it's not, it will be okay. My one thing though is if I see someone who has dropped their bike, or if you see someone that's dropped their bike, go and help them, particularly if it's a woman. Go and help her. Help her pick it up. If she can pick it up herself, just reassure her, say, well done. Just, let her know it's okay. Welcome to the club, Welcome to the club of people that drop their bikes. It makes me quite cranky when I see a woman who clearly needs some help and people are just standing back watching her with their arms crossed with a bit of a smirk on their face, just seeing if she can do it herself. That's not cool in my book. Go and help her. Even if she says she's fine and doesn't need help, that's fine, but at least she knows that you're there and you're happy to help if she needs it. So this is a short and sweet episode, and I hope it has helped reduce your anxiety if you're a new rider. Even if you've been riding for a while and you're a bit anxious about dropping your bike, your precious, beautiful bike. No one wants to drop their bike, but it is kind of normal and it is okay. So I hope that's helped you a wee bit. If you've got any hot tips on picking your bike up, let me know. I would love to know. This is something I know I need to practice. And if you've enjoyed this episode, hit that subscribe button. Send this episode to your riding buddy so she can listen to it as well. And if you want to pop on and give me a 5-star review, that would be fabulous, and I would love that so much. And I will see you next week.